They independently relate this tale that when they saw him, he said, "This what you supposed to pay me? This our agreement?" I said, "Yeah." And then tore the check up, shook their hands, and congratulations. Now run your business.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Real Talk with Darius. I'm Darius, your host. Remember to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share this video. We're going to check out a very interesting conversation that occurred with Judge Joe Brown. He used to have a courtroom show, very well known. But anyway, very popular guy, done very well for himself. Very intelligent gentleman as well. So, but anyway, he's talking about President Trump, or before Trump became president. And, you know, because I'll let you listen for yourself.
What is your take on Trump? Is Trump a racist?
I don't think so. I've talked to a number of black entrepreneurs who back in the late 80s and 90s, early 90s, were trying to get financing. They could. Somebody told them to go check with Donald Trump. So they come back and tell me they got a loan from Donald Trump. He gave them a term loan. Show up with the interest and the principal, one check. But they had to go see him personally. They independently relate this tale that when they saw him, he said, "This what you supposed to pay me? This our agreement?" I said, "Yeah." And then tore the check up, shook their hands, and congratulations. Now run your business.
And this was when?
This was back in the 90s. See, most people don't even know this. He had a sister. He was, every time you saw him back in the 90s, fine, paper bag, brown, beautiful black model. He likes fine women. He didn't have any problem with dating a black woman, walking her down red carpets. So, I mean, she says he's not a racist. He just doesn't like many people, black or white. And he appreciates people who do stuff within their lane. Well, not stay in their lane, but where they choose to be. If they do it well, he admires them. Black, white, brown, red, yellow.
Now, that sounds reasonable to me. What about you? I don't care about the skin color of your skin in terms of character. I mean, yes, it makes me feel comfortable that when I'm visiting a certain area, place of business, or a certain event, it does help to have someone that looks like me out there as well, attending as well, enjoying themselves as well. But in terms of character and integrity, trustworthiness, no, I don't care what color your skin is. Do you have the personality that I want around me? Do you have the type of characteristics around me that I want me or my loved ones to be around? That matters to me more than your color of your skin.
Most people don't know this. He was the finance man behind Jesse Jackson's 2 runs for president.
Wow.
So, you know, he talks, but I don't mind somebody talking. I think we've gotten too sensitive to that. That's part of the effeminization of the country. I remember in junior high and high school, "Hey, man, I won't say nothing, man, but last night when I saw your mama, man, you don't know I was over there because you was asleep, man." But blah, 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 blah. We ran the dozens. That was our sport. Mm-hmm. So we were used to talking about each other. Now, man, he talked about my mama, man. What's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm. Do you think Trump will get reelected?
I think he's going to get reelected. This impeachment mess we've got right now, there's a thing called the U.S. Constitution, and the Constitution says the president is the chief diplomatic officer of the United States. It puts no limits on his discretion. It simply says that if he comes up with any treaties, they have to be ratified by the Senate. If a treaty is ratified by the Senate, it becomes part of the supreme law of the land. The president and other elected and appointed officials are under oath required to follow the law of the land. The State Department, Secretary of State, are part of his cabinet and are essentially advisors to the president. He's the boss. So what he does relative to Biden is simply what is allowed and mandated by the Constitution, specifically Article 1, Section 8, that says the president is charged with, quote, enforcing the law of nations. We have an Interpol treaty with various European states, and also one specifically with the Ukraine that requires that we basically investigate, apprehend, prosecute, extradite criminal elements and criminality. So Biden, out of his own mouth, and I've heard this tape twice, January this year, he says, well, 2019, he says, I guess I broke some laws, extortion. I told the Ukrainians if they didn't get rid of this
The
prosecutor's name is Scola, I think.
Anti-corruption prosecutor.
Yeah, he said if you don't get rid of him, we'd withhold $85 billion in loan guarantees. So his son,
I believe that was actually $1 billion. I've seen the video, so no big deal in that sense. But I just wanted to state that it's $1 billion. I'm sure the judge, that's what the judge meant.
who had just been discharged for the military for being a junkie, had a drug problem, had no history in business. He affiliates with this, and at the time, Biden was in charge of the U.S.'s Ukrainian posture and relations. Obama had assigned him that. And by implication, he brought Obama into committing a crime in office, which is a felony. It's extortion. He committed one, extortion, by out of his own mouth, threatening to withhold $85 billion in loan guarantees if they didn't get rid of this prosecutor.
Do y'all know if this information was on Donald Trump? Do y'all know the media blitz that would be? Do y'all know what would be on TV to this very second? How corrupt Donald Trump is. Listen, I'm on the side of truth. When I say real talk, I'm talking about real truth. I don't care about people's feelings in that regard. When it comes to facts over feelings or truth over feelings, truth's gonna win with me. Truth's gonna win every day, every single time. Even if I don't like that such and such is the truth. If this stuff came out on Donald Trump, I would be just as much on the side of truth. I didn't say I would like it, but I would be on the side of truth regardless, because I don't care. I'm on the side of truth. Why? Because if you don't stand for anything, if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything.
Who was zeroing in on that corporation that his son had just been hired to represent after Biden Sr. had been assigned by the president the task of dealing with Ukrainian diplomacy. So son gets $18.5 million out of it, and he has no background other than a dishonorable discharge from the armed services for drug abuse.
But one last question. Do you think black people are missing an opportunity with Trump?
Oh, yeah. See, you've got somebody that is not a lifetime Republican. He's been a blue dog Democrat for most of his life. He usurped the Republican Party. So I think this thing I've been tweeting about, no benefit, no vote, ought to be the deal. We haven't gotten a damn thing out of the Democratic Party for a long time. And the last one, number 44, and the one before that, 43, Bush and Obama. Well, there are pictures of Bush with his arm around 8-year-old Barack Obama.
Now, this is about to get very, very interesting, because I didn't know this history before. I think before listening to Judge Brown, I think that was the first time. I've heard this before, but that's the first time I heard about the relationships between former presidents. That goes back decades before the presidency was even in sight.
Obama, because his stepdaddy, adopted daddy, Lolo Sotoro, had done a lifetime worth of business with the Bushes.
Wow.
Uncle George Herbert Walker, after whom George Herbert Walker Bush, Bush 1 president, was named, founded Halliburton in 1946 in Oklahoma. And Lolo Sotoro had been international executive vice president for Standard Oil.
There was talk of him being a CIA asset.
Oh, well, yes, he ran the death squads for the Indonesian army. On his own call, anyone could be assassinated.
Wow.
So when George Herbert Walker Bush became head of the CIA under the Ford administration, he just got with his old buddy in the oil business, Lolo Soetoro, and pulled off the hits. See,
wow, that's crazy.
Barack's grandmother has been acknowledged as being the woman that operated the channels through which CIA money went to the Southwest Pacific. So she introduced her daughter, who had just had Barry, Barack, to Lolo Soetoro, and they got married, and Lolo Soetoro adopted Barack Obama. The name was changed to Barry Soetoro. Now, when he went to high school in Hawaii, I know about that high school. I almost sent my oldest son to it. I could afford it, but I didn't think he deserved it. 20 years ago, the tuition was $95,000 a year, not including room and board. When Obama went there, I've talked to two of his classmates. They independently state that the tuition, not including room and board, was $45,000. Now, Business Insider.
Y'all, that is outrageous. I think the education system is really messed up, honestly. I mean, think about this. You go to college and you spend go to get your degree anywhere from 2 years to 8 years. You can spend yourself for years and years. If you get into the profession that you went to school for, that you graduated with a diploma for, I mean, not diploma, got your certificate for, you can spend most of your life, if not the rest of your life, paying off that debt. That's a form of slavery, y'all. That is. I don't care what color y'all. That's a form of slavery. It's ridiculous. Here in America, in the land of the free, come on, at the time of this video, we're over $34 trillion as a nation in debt. That means something. And over $1 trillion of that is student loan. So this, boy, this is ridiculous. But as you can see, Judge is a very knowledgeable gentleman. He's a very knowledgeable person. I've heard several interviews. I've listened to his take on some things. Very knowledgeable. I ain't say I agree with every single thing he says or he has said that I've heard, but a lot of it, he's very knowledgeable.
Reports his income for 2017 at over $200 million net. That's after taxes, deductions, write-offs. For this last year, 2018, they reported it as $570+ million. And that's after all deductions, tax, right? Trump doesn't make that net. I mean, even some of the richest people in America don't make that. Why? Because when his stepdaddy died, he was one of the 10, 15 richest men on earth. And he left everything in a trust fund operated out of Indonesia, so the American government can't touch it. That makes Barack Obama 1/3 beneficiary for the assets of one of the 10, 15 richest men on earth.
Wow.
See, so we got a game run on us. So, you know, that little thing that Bush W does when he gets with Michelle, they giggle and he gives her candy. The inside thing, is that supposed to be the same kind of candy he used to give to her husband when he was 6, 7, 8 years old?
Oh, wow. What?
That is incredible. That's incredible. Wow. Tell you what. Oh, and I forgot to say this in one of my other video. I want y'all to know this. For everyone who's watching my videos, everyone, whether you like or you don't like it, like my videos, I love you. That's how I was raised, was to love everybody. This is what's called unconditional love. I love you, and I wish nothing but the best for you. Okay? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of this interview, first of all. But secondly, let me know, after listening to what the judge says, and I'm not saying this is all you need to look into, but do you think that Donald Trump is a racist after hearing that? Do you think that Donald Trump's a racist? If you check out the rap videos where you've seen a lot of rappers around Donald Trump, the entertainers, the other celebrities who took pictures with Trump, because Trump is synonymous with excellence and wealth and power. Those are things to think about. So let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video, set your notifications. I'll see you next time.